What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So, DJ Mustard dropped an album the other day, and Mustard's album only sells 18,000 records. It only sold 18K units. And so, DJ Academics reported on the low album sales, and Mustard went off. Mustard went off blaming Drake for the reason why the sales is low. Basically, like, yo, Drake is the Malcolm X of white people. All I could think about when I heard that was my man Paul Mooney. Wayne Brady makes Brian Gumble look like Malcolm X. Right? That's all I could think about when I heard that. But first of all, Malcolm X, man, the Honorable Malcolm X, his name should not be mentioned in any of this tomfoolery, any of this foolishness that's going on right now, man. Yeah, so basically he saying people racist. They basically alluding to the bots and people rocking with Drake, not like leading to his album not selling or whatever, selling the way he wanted it to. And I want to say this, man. I love Mustard. I love Mustard's production. I've always loved his production. I always thought he was a dope producer. He always made fun songs that you could vibe to, especially during my college years. Mustard was a soundtrack to my college years without question. And I was happy to make him I was happy to see him make a comeback with Not Like Us, right? He made the beat for the biggest record the biggest record in one of the biggest hip hop beefs we've ever seen. He made the beat for that record, right? But I think he confused Kendrick's clout for his own. He thought people being excited for Kendrick Lamar's diss tracks and his records and Kendrick Lamar's records meant that it would transfer to him. Like, people would also be excited to hear his records. They were excited to hear that beat and Kendrick rapping over his production, but they weren't excited to say, damn, I want to check out what more Mustard got going on. I want to go run to see Mustard, what Mustard has in cooking up. And that's the problem. I think he thought that, I didn't even know he had an album coming out, to be real, y'all. I had no idea. That's one thing, too. Was it promoted properly? You know what I'm saying? Like, Not Like Us ain't on the album, I don't believe. Like, damn, man, he should have put that on the album to help it sell more or something. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure I've seen artists have the same song on, like if an artist was featured on the song, they'll have it on their album, and then if they ask the artist for permission, and then the main artist whose song it originally was will have it on their album as well, right? Maybe that would have helped the record sales, but I think he confused Kendrick's clout for his own. You know what I mean? People were excited to see Mustard make a comeback, but I don't think it really ramped up interest in Mustard and his career and his beats all the way around where people will run to anything he produced. They like seeing Kendrick Lamar over his production. And Kendrick Lamar was not on this album. So that didn't help the sales either. But Drake cannot be blamed for this album not selling properly. He cannot be blamed at all. Yeah, I just think he kind of misshot. He thought that, that moment was a transferable moment for him as well, and that, hey, I can transfer the clout from Not Like Us over to me and my album, and it doesn't work that way. I think the West Coast, they were united around Kendrick Lamar, not united around Mustard per se. You know what I mean? They were happy to see Mustard and Kendrick collaborating, but they were united around K-Dot in the midst of a heated battle with an outsider. That's what it is. And yeah, Mustard aided in Kendrick Lamar's victory, but it wasn't like we're, as much as, you know, we saw the LA unity, West Coast unity on stage. That was more about unity, I felt like, surrounding Kendrick Lamar and protecting him from the, not industry plant, because Drake isn't an industry plant, but the industry pushed megastar Drake. And I'm not saying, when I say Drake is industry pushed, I'm not saying he don't make great music, because he makes dope music. He does. But what I'm saying is, you know, these Apple and all of them, they love Drake. You know what I mean? They love him, and they're going to push him to the highest regard. And I feel like LA had to take a stand and say, hell no, man, this Canadian dude is G-checking a dude from LA, from Compton. G-checking him, telling him he get more love in LA than he get more love in LA than our own dude does. And like, oh hell no, they didn't stand for that. But I think, yeah, Mustard thought that since that moment, everybody would just be riding high buying his album. And I'm like, bro, what was the lead single on the album? Y'all let me know. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I feel like he overshot and he got overconfident. I spoke about Drake being overconfident in the battle, which got him a gentleman's sweep, which got him KO'd in the battle. Him being overly confident and borderline arrogant. Same thing with Mustard. I think he was overly confident. You just because you made the beat on the biggest song in that beef does not mean now you can just drop an album out of nowhere and people just gonna run and buy it. No, especially if it's not no K-Dot feature on there. They want to hear Dot over more of that type of production. If Dot ain't on the album, it ain't gonna move the way he wanted it to move. So yeah, man, I think he should have got Dot on the album with him. And people like, yo, K-Dot should have promoted the album. Bro, K-Dot could have promoted the album all they want to. I still don't think it would have sold that well. Because they would have known he not on the album. Or maybe if he shouted the album out, people may have been tricked into thinking that he was on the album. You know what I mean? But if they know Kendrick not on the album, people ain't going to be running to stream that music. They're like, he ain't on this production. What the hell? The allure is Kendrick being over that type of production. So, yeah, as great of a producer Mustard is, as great as he craft those beats, I enjoy it to the highest degree. Yeah, man, I think he got overconfident, man. People, yeah, it's no surprise to me that it didn't sell well. I'm gonna say that, especially when I don't even know what the lead single is. I didn't even know he had an album coming out. Did y'all know he had an album coming out? Because I had no clue. So, shoot, I think Ice Spice may have sold more than him. You know, y'all know I don't fool with Ice Spice music at all. She look nice, but I don't fool with that music. I don't fool with her music at all. I really, I don't. I made a whole video telling her, like, saying when Flex called her the hottest artist in New York, and I was like, oh my hell, this is like 2 years ago when I made this video. So, yeah, man, yeah, Mustard gonna have to go back to the drawing board. He gonna have to do an album with Kendrick or something. They gonna have to do a project that's really gonna get him the money, the recognition, or at least he gonna have to do a project with at least 3 Kendrick features or something. But if you do a project with Kendrick all around, that's gonna put him back in favor and get him the record sales and the numbers, the money that he's looking for. Get with Dot and y'all come together and make a whole album over your production and feature a lot of TDE artists and, you know, feature a lot of West Coast artists and make that a real West Coast thing, you know what I mean? But you gotta have K-Dot, Kendrick Lamar, involved in that. But I don't think Drake is blamed. He can't be blamed for this. You can't blame that man for that. Drake ain't got nothing to do with why that album didn't sell well at all. Not at all. We can't just be blaming Drake for the air. We can't blame him for everything. Even though I got him getting demolished, he got killed in that battle. Without question, he got drugged through the river and drugged through the mud to the river by Kendrick Lamar in that battle. But we can't blame him for everything now. Like, although I heard Drake is out here trying to stop TDE artists from performing in certain places, which I think that's whack. I think it's childish. I think that's corny. But and I don't stand with that at all. I just feel like, that really doesn't make a lot of the claims that were said against you look even worse with them claims that were said about you being culture vulture or a person who is not of the culture, etc. It make him look a little worse with that move right there. Even though I'm sure some people can feel like it's a boss type move. But yeah, you can't blame Drake for that, bro. Drake ain't got nothing to do with why Mustard ain't sell well at all. So he's just gonna have to come back to the drawing board and get with Dot and make a project like that. You know? Cause believe it or not, like, Drake is chilling right now. He relaxing, he staying out the way. And I think he the next project he dropped, he knows he gotta come with some fire. He knows he gotta come with heat. He knows he gonna have to come with a bomb. And I think Drake is gonna be chilling out. He's chilling out for right now, laying low, but he's preparing a musical bomb to drop Not against Kendrick Lamar, but at all, but like just some great music for people to enjoy, so people can forget about the battle that took place and forget about him getting gentleman swept, getting a gentleman sweep. You know what I mean? Being on the other end of a gentleman sweep. So yeah, but I just don't think Drake can be blamed for this at all. It's just my opinion on it. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out. Peace.